Well, I know you and I ain't talked too much, you know.
Yeah.
But I figure you've been around a lot, so you could...
Shoot, that's why they call me the wizard.
It's just that I gotta...
Things got you down?
Yeah.
That's to the best of...
Yeah, it got me real down, Just want to go out and, you know, like really do something.
Taxi life, you mean?
Yeah, well, it's...
I don't know.
I just want to go out. I really want to... I got some bad ideas in my head. I just...
Oh, look at it this way, you know, a man takes a job, you know? And that job, I mean, like that, you know, that becomes what he is. You know, like, you know, you do a thing and that's what you want. I mean, like, I've been a cabbie for 17 years, you know? 10 years at night. I still don't own my own cab. You know why? Because I don't want to. I must be what I want. You know, to be on the night shift, driving somebody else's cab. You understand? I mean, you get a job, you become the job. I mean, like one guy lives in Brooklyn, one guy lives in Sutton Place, you get a lawyer, another guy's a doctor, another guy dies, another guy gets well, and, you know, people are born. I envy you, your youth. Go out, get laid. Get drunk, you know, you do anything. Because you got no choice anyway. I mean, we're all fucked. More or less, you know?
I don't know. That's about the dumbest thing I ever heard.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the sewers of Brooklyn, New York. I am Nick the Rat, and this is Nick the Rat Radio. We're on episode 341. Opening this here beer is Brooklyn Lager with a lighter. Ow. It's not a cigarette lighter. It's a jointerette lighter. Thank you very much. Ow. Fucking. They need... There we go. Cheers. It's Wednesday night, 11 p.m. 11:10 for me right now. June, lovely month so far. The 29th, 2022. Cheers to 2022. You motherfucker. Before that, I was drinking this here Bullet whiskey, and I had it in this here cup, this tumbler, and the tumbler fucking tumbled and spilt all over my keyboard here, and looks like it still works though, so we're good. I just lost a little bit of it. Don't worry, I drank most of it. Tonight's episode of Nick the Rat Radio is we're gonna do whatever I want. I really don't care what happens on this show. This is just me doing something, you know? I could change the structure completely. Instead of playing 9 songs, I could play The Chase and take up 3 hours of your life. That's how you want to spend your life, listening to that. I've actually kind of stopped doing promotion of the show. I got to kick that up, you know, a little bit. I got to send out stuff to Florida soon. And I just really don't care too much. I love doing the show. I don't really care about trying to promote the show or any of that anymore. I used to like put up little weekly little blurbs like, oh, this week we're going to talk about witch orgies. You know, which ones do you get invited to? But lately, I've just been, just letting the scientists back here tell me exactly what to do. And that's what we're doing tonight. We're going to be talking about monsters tonight. monsters. So if you're a young person, get the fuck out of here right now, okay? Because this is going to be a scary goddamn episode. Monsters. Now, there's going to be a certain monster, but we'll get to the certain monster, because that's the tricky part. Finding what to talk about. I know I'm reading the notes now. Gee, okay, look. People get mad at you when you're not doing your job properly. But anyway, before I spilt the whiskey on this here keyboard, I was listening to Hog Story. Actually, I was listening to Hog Story the night before tonight. I was listening to it last night. So I don't know if there was another new one since then. But all I could say is it's very strange how much John Fletcher loves Shia LaBeouf. He was giving him so much praise. He was like, oh, that's Shia LaBeouf. Elon Musk is a great man, but that Shia is so much more cooler and handsomer and funnier and caused so much more good stuff in the world. Like Fletcher was saying, oh, Shia LaBeouf, he never hit me or flipped out in my house, in my kitchen, on like having a bad drug trip. He understands that that's just, it's just a bad day. And like his life is public. He's a publicized character. Do you remember when he had like flags up and people on the internet were stealing flags from him? But yeah, last episode of Hog Story was great. It was very entertaining. Learned about pop star musicians, pyramids, and how much Fletcher just loves Shia LaBeouf. Cheers to you, man. So tonight, yeah, episode 341. Also, this Sunday, I might get on the After the No Agenda show with Carolyn Blaney and John Fletcher and talk to people live. I might do that. I gotta find out if I get Diane to stand in. Diane, are you gonna be able to clean the bathroom for me? Because usually Sundays, since they moved the show back, I don't even know what time the show's on anymore. The No Agenda show. But anyway, well, we're talking about monsters tonight. The phone lines are over there. I don't think they're on just yet, but we're gonna wait. Is Quirkus smoking? Hold on. Let me see if this little crazy bomb box works still. I shouldn't keep it near my face or my hands. I should be doing this with my toes. I'd rather probably lose my feet than my hands. Like if a fucking vape was to blow up in my face, I'd rather lose a couple toes than a couple fingers. Sure, I use my toes to eat carrots and yogurt and mayonnaise, but it's very hard to pick your nose with your toes. Diane, remember that night we spent in Miami? You're such a rad boss. Welcome back to Nick the Rat. That was a great song right there. All the music you hear tonight can be found on SoundCloud under my likes. If you get anything from this show, you should. All this music's completely free. It's a CC BY 3.0. Just give credit to the artist, and if you got money, if you like any of the music, go to these people and give it to them. I guess, I don't know, or just say hi to them. It's the internet became a very weird place. It's basically infested with bots. You never know. Okay, it's very easy to actually tell. Actually, no, it's not. It's not very easy to tell who is a bot or not anymore. Or who is who, because Diane has people that actually sends out tweets on my Twitter account, on Twitter/Nick the Rat. I'm on Twitter. I'm also on Mastodon, Nick the Rat. If you find Nick the Rat anywhere on the internet, it's usually me, unless it's the Wallace and Gromit character Nick the Rat. He probably existed before me too. I probably owe him so many royalties, but no, that's just my name is Nick and I'm a rat, and his name is probably Nick, and he's a rat too. I don't think there's a lawsuit, so don't send people. I don't Wallace and Gromit up down the sewer, okay? Nick the Ratsky. I can't ski. I tried to ski once. It was a nightmare. Twitter, a little bit of the Twitter. The titter, titty twitters, a titty twister. Hi. Yeah, I drove up to Vermont once, in a van. With a group of my friends, and they all skied before it, and I'd never really skied. That was like my first time skiing, and they're all like pros and shit. So I went there, and I didn't know what I was doing. I couldn't ski, and then I tried to snowboard, and that was a nightmare. I basically ran down the hill because, I don't know why I ran, but somebody from the top screamed, "Oh my god, a fucking rat's running down the hill with a fucking snowboard!" What are we talking about here? Oh, we're talking about monsters. I think a modern day monster. That's okay. This is not really the subject of the show, but either way, I'm just going to talk about it anyway because it's on my mind. Okay, a modern day monster. It's basically personifying something you don't like or something, right? That's like a monster. Now, I think there's a monster that's modern day. Because Freddy Krueger and Jason and fucking Michael Burnham, these monsters of the modern day world, they have like a physical form, and you're scared of them because of what they could do to you. But why do they need a physical form? Like, if there's a real monster that actually exists today in the modern world, a monster today would be like a fourth dimensional creature, or even a two-dimensional, or a creature from a different dimension. Because anything from another dimension interacting with the third dimension, which we are sort of stuck in. We are stuck in. There's nothing that we do that's outside of the third dimension or inside. Light and photons and all that are questionable, but it seems like there's probably some three-dimensional action happening there. But anyway, these merchants are using a creature, a mercantile creature, a merchant slave, or are the merchant slave to the creature. But this monster that I was thinking about is like an advertisement or some bullshit. Like, it's a something in another dimension that's going into our psyche. It figures out what's in our brain. We we don't go around looking in each other's brains. We're interacting in a physical realm, but there's this place that's being eaten away by these liars. I'm imagining a monster of the modern day world is something called a lyre, and it's shaped like a guitar, and people used to play it back in the day. But anyway, if you want to call me at 917-719-5923 and tell me what the fuck the World Wide Web 3 is, I keep seeing like Web 3.0 coming up. What is that? If you know what Web 3.0 is, please call me at 917-719-5923. I think the phone line's working. Might not be. Fuck if I know. I'm just sitting here talking into a microphone with a gun to my head from some guy in a white lab coat back there. Hi. But Web 2.0, if I remember, was just like CSS, CS2, CS, cascading style sheets. It was just like another code, like a new form of code that tied in with HTML. Is that what that's what Web 2.0 was? Like, don't get me wrong, I love Adam Curry, but podcasting 2.0, it's just it's an evolution of what it was. Unless you're doing like 2.0.AC, it's just the evolution of the first one. It's the same thing. I'm still talking about this Web 3 though. Then again, I guess I'm talking about podcasting 2.0. I'm talking about everything that has all these variation numbers after it. Like the jump in technology is not really a jump in technology. It's the same thing, but in a package. And then these packages, that's where the packages come from. It's podcasting. It's evolutionary. It's not revolutionary. Yeah, it's evolving. Ajax, it's code and where it runs, but it's all just, it's not really, does it really deserve a version number? Like, people are using that as a marketing term to advertise it. I think I'm against this liar monster. I think the liar monster is scaring me. I actually would like to, I will send Adam an angry email to john@dvorak.com and ask him about this. But looks like the phone lines are getting clogged up. There's too many people calling. Don, are there even voicemails here? Let's see if we can play a voicemail. Is that working?
Hey, Jason. What's the deal? Hello? Shit. The beep came in just in time he realized it, or his phone line cut off. And I still had it on fucking speakerphone. I hope you can hear me. Adios.
I didn't hear shit. Diane, is the phone line working? Nine 917-719-592. Let's listen to some music. We'll be right back with more Nick the Rat Radio, and we're going to thank some people. Talk more about these monsters. And there's more. There's a big conspiracy here, and it's the summer, but soon it'll be a winter contingency by lies. Welcome back, everybody, to Nick the Rat Radio. We are going to thank some people now that have donated to the show. We got some physical mail sent to the P.O. Box 90549, Brooklyn, New York 11209. Let's see what this is here. I got rat pox. Let's see here. We got Sir Mike Roch, PhD, with 42 cents. Thank you so much for the 42 cents there. Diane, here, cash that, please. Thank you. Thank you for that. We have we gotta thank some other people here, like on Twitch. We have Quirkus, resubbed with Prime. She's been subbed for 22 months. This happened 22 minutes ago. You can go to nicktherat.com and you could click on donate or Twitch or something. You could click somewhere. I didn't toss the 42-cent check. I tossed the envelope it came in. I passed the check off to Diane. Thank you, Quirkus, for that. Let's see if I could we got let's see. 7 days ago, I don't remember seeing this. Atlas Rand Gaming resub for 1 month at tier 1. They've been subbed for 2 months. Thank you so much to all the people doing the subbing on Amazon Primes for whatever reason or something. We got the other donation area. You could send donations to PayPal through PayPal. If you go to nicktherat.com, that's there. All this stuff is free. You don't have to donate. If you do donate, thank you. It lets me know that there's people out there. But also, I do get corporate sponsorships, which will be playing some ads later tonight, just to let you know. And I forget how this works. There we go. Okay. You could use PayPal and go to nicktherat.com and click donate. It looks like John. I don't dox people. I just forgot the rules of donation. I read initials, notes, and the amount. We have JF saying $4.20 for the insure. Cheers to you, JF. We have another donation here. This is from Mac, M-A-C. That's not their name. That's just the initials. $4.20 for Nick the Rat Radio. Thank you so much. $4.20 is the monthly subscription fee that I think is, that comes out to about 69 cents per episode for a month. KS with $4.20, Nick the Rat Radio. Thank you so much, KS. Hope I'm not doxing people on the camera right now. I don't think I am, though. I'm just doxing my monkeypox. We have DV with $4.20. Thank you so much, DV. DV's been around for a while, and I just want to say thank you to DV. You are much better than the DMV. And we also have AM with $1 million. See, that's the kind of donator that I like. I don't know what kind of donators you like, but the ones that I like have the $1 million to give to podcast, and that just helps with with beer and stuff. And thank you, donators, and thank you, sewer chatters as well. If you're in the chat room, if you're chatting it up, if you're in the hashtag sewer chat on any of the platforms out there, I just want to say hi to you, and I just want to say thank you to everybody. Welcome to the great unraveling of reality and society and existence into the great unknown, and we're going together. Don't be scared. We could all hold hands, and we could drink the Kool-Aid from the same big cup. I sterilized it several times using some bourbon whiskey. Love you too, Joe. I'm happy you're here. Joey. All right, we should probably say thank you to everybody. That was all the thanks, right? I think that's it. Bulliet. We should listen to some real advertisements by real companies that give us real money, as opposed to the people that donate, that give, some.
They have been here since the dawn of time. They're here now, waiting, watching. They've gone unchecked, unnoticed, and now they're monsters.
What's the matter? My hand! Something bit my hand! Are you okay? Let's get the hell out of here.
Would you believe the other day I saw a rat this big?
Are you through?
No, I mean it. He was this big.
Overpopulated, oversized, and hungry.
Your lady friend was absolutely right about the rats. They've gotten into the subway.
The rat population of the world is estimated to be 108 billion. 24 times the human population.
Do you love pot, but hate having to constantly call your dealer to re-up? Is your bank account suffering from it as well? And what about your lungs? We here at the Dark Sewer Network feel your pain. But like weed, let us take that pain away with THC Photon Therapy. We discovered the frequency of weed and turned our patented LED photon emitters to match it exactly. Strap these bad boys on your chest, turn them on, and feel the THC frequency penetrate your body like a fine-tuned rapist. Now you can feel like you're getting stoned anywhere, and no one will ever know. And don't worry about price. For one easy payment of $69.99, it's yours, and you will never have to meet us in a dark alley again. Stay high all day long with no risk. Call 917-719-5923 and order yours today.
Hey, anybody know where I put that bomb? This shit doesn't work, man. I can't believe we're selling this. Oh, the recording's still? Oh, crap. We should listen to Depression by Lil Happy, Lil Sad. Well, that song was inspiring. There's also gangster rap in there too, or something. I'm depressed. Get the fuck out of my face. I am so lifted right now. So if you know what the Web 3.0 is, or if you want to talk about monsters, give me a call. 917-719-5923. Good weed. The best way to trim your beard, by the way, is probably with some scissors. You have to treat it like a bonsai. You know, like the neck and all, like the big patches, you could go with a fucking weed whacker and all that. But if you're going at it with a smaller, for smaller degrees.
I like the neck.
Caller, can you turn down your radio?
What? I didn't have it up. It wasn't my radio.
Well, then what was that an echo through your hallway because you're blasting me through the house?
Yeah, it was a tear in the space-time continuum that created that.
That shit's happening more and more lately. The space-time continuum is falling apart. Welcome to Earth.
I might have had my radio on. I couldn't lie. Sorry.
Well, you did lie, and I believed you. But now I think you're lying right now.
Oh, well, it was a space-time continuum. I didn't want to freak you out. It's not like you're getting freaked out.
Well, the space-time's always in continuum. It doesn't stop, baby. If it stopped, you wouldn't know.
Keeps going round and round.
We're on this spaceship together.
We are all on the spaceship together. Has anybody seen my shoes, by the way, on the spaceship?
Somebody has. It's probably. It could be also a. There could be a. Like there was a lot of monsters, like like Frankenstein monster and the Universal monsters. But today there's monsters that people don't dare make, like the shoe stealing monster. This motherfucker exists. I had shoes stolen from me. I don't know where they went. This is a.
They're even worse than the underpants gnomes.
Kind of like the leprechaun, I guess. Leprechaun was close to like a shoe thief, but there is a shoe thief.
Oh, you're talking about the movie, the scary.
Well, I'm talking about leprechauns in general. Well, yeah, in modern culture, because today modern horror movies are it's either like a ghost or a like an invisible thing like pulls you or something. There's really no who am I to say? There's a lot of stuff.
There doesn't really seem to be a story. It all seems to be loose.
Loosey goosey.
Or it always seems to be the same story of boy meets girl.
Well, there is only 5 types of stories, right? Isn't there only 5 types of stories in reality?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like man versus, person versus person, person versus nature, person versus
animal.
Something animal. Yeah, like other than
Which would be nature. That'd be nature, though.
That could also be like aliens and stuff. Other than people. People versus anything other than people. Because like if it was like a person, like a dude working, would that be person versus animal? Like if there was
a dude working, you mean like he's killing animals for a living?
No, I mean like if you wrote a book, because like all stories break down to those 5 stereotypes or
yeah,
it's not stereotype, but you know what I mean.
Iliad? Is that what Iliad or yeah?
Isn't this from like Jack London shit or something? What are those things called?
White Fang.
Yeah, because he did like all the variations of it, but did he just make these variations up?
Call of the Wild, White Fang was after that Call of the Wild, and then
Oh,
I don't know. When I saw
seven
White Fang
basic
the
plots.
movie,
Here we go. Okay, thank you, Wikipedia.
when I saw White Fang the movie,
Overcoming the
it
monster,
interpreted.
rags to riches, the quest, voyage and return, comedy, tragedy, and rebirth. Those are the only types of stories that exist.
Oh, K-Ban has idioms.
You just call me an idiot?
No, I would never do that. What do you mean? You're one of the smarter people that I know.
You're such a good liar.
What kind of story do you like? Do you prefer a horror story?
Horror movies, I do like horror movies just because they're the only type of movies that usually push the boundaries. Sci-fi does as well, but sometimes horror pushes it even further.
Comedy used to.
It used to. Comedy now is it's
Everybody's
all
offended by
romantic
it.
comedy,
It's
isn't it? It's always like there's always like a romance plot, but then all movies have romance in it. There hasn't been a movie that's been big that had zero romance in it. Is that Rag to Riches romance or The Quest? The Quest would be romance?
The Quest?
Well, definition: the protagonist and companion sent out to acquire an important object. That would be romance, right? Or to get to a location. They face temptations and other obstacles get in their way.
Are you talking about the object being a person?
Well, yeah. Or
Or
no,
they
the
saying
no,
it is an
the
object of
important object
desire?
would be a person, probably. Yeah, in a romantic
Yeah.
comedy, would be
Well,
the quest. We're stuck on the quest, like Watership Down.
but yeah, no story. It's almost, well, there's more, well, even that. Even when you have like a sci-fi comedy kind of, there's always seems to be some sort of romantic element.
Then there's like the Bechtel test. There's all these things are fake though. They're just words that we made up. Do you know about the Bechtel test?
Where did I just hear? Somebody just talked about that. I can't remember where I just heard about that at.
I thought they talk about that all the time because whenever I watch anything, all I hear is that passed the Bechtel test. I'm like, oh wow.
What the hell is it? I can't even.
Oh, the Bechtel test is when you're watching a movie and your friend reaches down your pants and they jiggle you around until they're done playing with you.
Oh.
And they say,
I've had that test before.
You passed the Bechtel test. It's something about if the women in the movie.
Certain movies bring that out more than others, I will say.
It's weird these things that pop up from feminine sides of reality in existence. They make these assertions. I get what would be women complaining about not having or being typecast. Women. I'm gonna get banned off the internet for saying this, but the Bechdel test sounds like women trying to complain about being typecast in reality. Does the plot have a man that has a woman attached to it? But what about from the other side of it, where it's just the stupid romance part of a story? Not every story needs romance.
Well, no, definitely not. I think I was seriously trying to think in my head of what movie or story I've read that doesn't have romance in it.
I can tell you one.
Well, I mean, like The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is the only one that's coming to mind right now.
There was I only seen the movie with that British comedian guy.
Mm.
I recently saw this movie called Crazy God, I think, or Mad God, I think it was called. It was like a hour-long claymation, high-quality version of like a Tool video.
Wow.
It was very
Huh.
disturbing in the visuals. The story, there was no real story. It was just like a clay guy going down to the pits of hell and seeing all this fucked up shit. It's just a whole weird, like a Tool video. It was basically a really, really cool looking Tool video. But the music wasn't that great. And apparently it took the creator of Mad God 30 years to create this thing.
Well, claymation takes friggin' forever, especially
And
if
this
you're
thing
doing
looked really cool. Most of it was claymation. There was some other stuff in it too, but it was really cool looking. But I gotta say, I did get a little bit bored towards the end because it was kind of like, okay, this is like a disturbing imagery of strange stuff. I don't feel like it really tapped into a deeper. It passed the Bechdel test though.
So it's obviously probably going to win. Is it won awards somewhere or?
It's highly rated from what I've seen.
Okay.
That's why I kind of watched it too. Like I was like, oh, this looks cool. It looked cool. People were talking good about it. It was a decent watch, but I would suggest being on drugs while you watch it.
A hallucinogenic.
Yeah,
of some sort?
hallucinogenic would really stretch this movie to its peak, I would say. It looked beautiful. There was a lot of really high quality claymation animation in it. Whoa, was that a bottle?
I don't know. Yeah.
Are you drinking because it's almost midnight in the sewer?
I am. I'm filling my filling my chalice. Actually, it's just a whiskey glass.
Chalice sounds like one of the like a jock strap.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Like, oh, my chalice.
It's
It's like, oh, it's wrapped around his crotch, right? The chalice.
How did it become a cod piece?
Yeah, who named all this stuff? These people that made these words, man.
Have you ever seen one of those codfish? Yeah. Have you ever seen a piece? Yeah. It's a cod piece. Totally.
Dip your balls in my chalice. Chalices could have your balls dipped in. I'm sure codpiece and chalice came out around the same time because there were some kinky French people doing some rules of three or something.
Yeah, that's there's got to be something bizarre. You know, there's some sort of sexual fetish thing behind it somewhere.
There's always something behind everything.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's some people that start everything up.
Who do you think the first person was? Probably that wore a.
It was probably a rat, and it was probably midnight in the sewer.
Hell yeah, it was.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Who was the first what? Jack London. It was Jack.
Did you read the Jack London books, like Call of the Wild and White Fang? And
I read a couple in school. I haven't read anything. Did he write
yeah, I can't think of the other ones.
Boot on your head? Something about a boot on your head?
I don't.
I think I gave Adam Curry a Jack London book.
You did?
I did. I think.
Was that story where the first time that you met him or something, or?
Yeah, I gave him a book. But I got to see a list of the book names because I forget the name of the book.
He's got some ones that, like, towards the end of his career, I thought were quite different. There's one that's, like, very different from what he had done throughout his life.
Very hard to search for things when you're very drunk and stoned. Oh, The Iron Heel. There you go. 1908 he wrote that.
The Iron Eel.
Not The Iron Eel. This wasn't a Japanese book. It was a book by Jack London. The Iron Heel.
Oh, Iron Heel.
It
Oh,
described the
was that?
fall of the United States to a cruel fascist dictatorship of the
I
Iron
think,
Heel, a group of monopoly capitalists.
yeah, because it was kind of different than the rest of what he had written, I thought, or
Well,
something.
it was usually
Wasn't it?
about like a wolf eating some guy in the snow or something, right?
Yeah, that's. I mean, he had like most of them were like out in the wild of somewhere, and then he wrote that. What was it again? Iron Heel.
The Iron Heel. It was a cool book.
Is
Yeah.
Was it like science fiction or something that he wrote
It sort
for
of
that?
was. Were there, because it was published in 1908, were there hot air balloons in 1908?
Hmm.
No, I don't
I
think it
would
was
think
really
so. Yeah, I
futuristic
think they
then.
had. Well, they had. I mean, they had balloons back in the 1800s. I know.
Because from what I remember, it was talking mostly about like child labor laws and like the working class people revolting against like capitalist, and then the capitalist flying over
Really?
the cities in hot air balloons, dropping bombs on the cities. They're like, "Hey, fuck you guys! You want to revolt?" And then they were like, trying to revolt is just like having, or living is like having a boot stomping on your head constantly. It was just like, it was a cool book.
Huh.
It was sort of like the book everybody talks about, 1984.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the
Well,
1908 version of 1984.
yeah. Huh. I should get. Did you have a copy of it, or did you like?
I had one copy of it. I read it once, and then I gave it to Adam Curry. I don't know if he
Oh, okay.
even remembers. He never mentioned it again.
Was it a hardcover or a
No, it
soft
was a
cover?
soft cover. It was like a $5 book.
Oh, okay. All right.
Wasn't like a signed
I don't know.
copy
You
by
never
Jack
know.
London.
You never know with old books. Like somebody's like, "Oh no, it was a hardcover."
I did want it
Leather-bound
back
first
though. I just
edition.
I was letting him borrow it, and he just.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't mind getting that and reading it. Actually, to tell you the truth, it sounds interesting. I think you've mentioned. I know you mentioned that before. I
I
believe.
might have. But that was probably like 100 episodes ago.
The balloons are interesting. That they would flee in balloons while dropping bombs.
They probably did that shit. Who knows what happened back in the day?
We could use that at the end to put electrodes on the balloons and then keep them up in the air and then turn it in. I think that Tesla had that idea, didn't he? Where you could have a bunch of balloons with electrodes up into the air.
Probably.
And then harvest the energy that's in the atmosphere.
Do you think Tesla went crazy? Or do you think or do you think there's like hidden lies and untruths?
I'm sure there was a lot of disinformation, it seemed, about him, but I think there's a lot of. He was scorned, and I think a lot of that's bullshit too. Because I think he was successful in different fields that he had done stuff in.
Strange how like history could break down to like one person. Like if you said, "Oh, what happened in ancient whatever?" I'll be like Genghis Khan. He raped and pillaged. That was basically 100 years of Earth time. Was just that. I don't know anything about anything, but it breaks down to like certain people because there were so many people involved in the existence then, but they can only tell the story of one or two people.
Yeah, well, and like Genghis Khan was pretty ruthless, so that's why he got his name.
But thanks to the advertising monster, I think everybody is being cataloged now. Everybody has a story now that can be stored via metadata legally.
in some cave deep below Mount Weather.
I wonder what Jack London's search results would have been. Like, what did Jack London search for? How to kill a wolf and overthrow the government.
Wolf snaring tactics.
Caller, do
How to
you
survive.
believe in monsters?
Do I believe in monsters?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What kind?
definitely.
Because there's a lot of
Well,
monsters out there. Because like there's monsters like, oh, that guy's a monster, or that
are you
lady's a monster,
talking like a Bigfoot or Chupacabra or there's a couple
or
other
something that's unknown, like an unknown monster, like
demon.
uh, kind of like how there's only like there's 7 sins. Are sins monsters in your opinion?
Like the sins from the Bible?
Is gluttony a monster to you? If you eat too much, would you consider that to be a monster? Like if you couldn't stop consuming, a
No,
consumption.
it'd be more of an addiction than anything
Do you
else,
think
I would
addiction is
think.
a monster?
Um,
Or can you
it's a
categorize?
monster. It's a monster to bear, but it does, I don't think it. Well, it can turn the person into a monster also. Uh, so, that's a good question. It's definitely a. I will say when it comes to certain drugs, it's more of a monster than other drugs, just because of the addictive nature of them and how they like engulf your life with that basically lifestyle. If you get hooked on them, I will say.
Like that Darren Aronofsky movie, uh, with Jared Leto, Morbius, and they're doing drugs in Coney Island. And
Oh,
Requiem for a Dream is kind of like a monster movie of addiction. There's a lot of addiction monster movies though. But
kind of like Train Spotting a little bit. If you've ever seen Train Spotting.
oh yeah, with Obi-Wan Kenobi in the toilet bowl.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. And his friend throws the shit all over the wall.
That was another good movie.
It's the most memorable scene from that entire movie. So.
Probably. It's weird
Yeah.
how when actors are younger, they're willing to take more risks than when they're older. They're just like, just give me
What
give me the
happened?
Disney movie.
Did it seemed like back around the time of that movie that there was more of an independent movement of movies.
Yeah, there's really not too many independent.
Well,
There's
I mean,
YouTube
on a big
videos now.
scale, I will say, that
there's
had a lot of funding behind them.
yeah.
But nowadays, it seems like anything independent really doesn't have much funding in that.
Which could be good and bad. Like, if the director is really good, you could have a low budget movie and still make it incredible if you know what you're working with. I hate I hate the people that try to make things look more expensive than they are. Like, just work within your budget. Don't try to fake it that much.
Yeah. I think a lot of the, like, some of the, like Clerks probably could have been shot without, like, a cell phone nowadays.
Oh, yeah. It could be. You don't need that much money to make a good story. A good story is a good story. Actors, if they're directed well, you don't need money behind it unless they're Ewan McGregor, I guess. But
do you have a guilty bad pleasure movie that's like a bad movie that was just awful, but you yet still watch it?
I think Nick Cage is a god. And all of his movies are fucking horrible. Nice.
Probably, what's the one? I can't even remember which one. Where he's on the, is he on a plane or something? Prison plane or something?
Con Air.
Was that Con Air? He's in that movie, isn't he?
Yeah.
Because that's where he tries to act like Elvis. And he's like, Viva Las Vegas.
That was...
Viva Las Vegas.
Are you disrespecting Nicolas Cage right now?
No,
He was. He was making fun of Nicolas Cage right there. Don't do that. Abandoned Park, Vivarium. We'll be right back with more Nick the Rat Radio. We love you, Net Net. Hello? Hi. No, I don't want... No. That's fine. Thank you.
Oh, Ratilda? Ratilda. Oh, this must be Ratilda. Matilda, this must be you. I made sure to get your number before and after you performed all those maneuvers on me at the rat bar last night. The overpaw, the underpaw, the double paw, and the triple paw.
That was rough.
Oh, Matilda, please call me. I haven't been able to stop thinking about you. Matilda. Oh, Matilda. Oh, Matilda.
Call me up. There's a show. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Nick the Rat Radio. It is Wednesday evening. We're talking about monsters. Monsters kind of do have to be pure. They don't have to exist physically. I think the scariest monsters don't exist physically. That's what that guy H.P. Lovecraft kind of got. The gigantic ancient gods that are so big we can't even think about. Like this size is a very scary thing in existence. It's Caller, can you change the size of your volume knob?
I am so sorry. I had Bluetooth connected and I didn't realize it.
Did you hear about they're coming out with Rainbow Tooth? It's Bluetooth.
Oh, that's special.
4.20.
I bet they have a lot of pride in that, don't they?
Maybe. Bluetooth it sucks, but it's also great.
I turned it off. It is simultaneously sucky and great.
You ever use a Bluetooth can opener?
No. It opens the can via Bluetooth.
I heard Shia LaBeouf has blue teeth.
I heard Nicolas Cage has the bluest teeth when he wants them.
I was watching the Reddit, and there was a video clip of Nick Cage in Lord of War when the African overlord, what do they call it? Warlord, whatever. He shot some guy, and Nick Cage goes, "No!" And he's like, "I can't sell a used gun."
The best. Have you seen that movie Kick-Ass?
Kick-Ass, yeah, I've seen that one. I didn't see the superhero movie with that guy from The Office. And Ellen Page. I think Ellen Page and the guy from The Office is in another superhero movie that's sort of like Kick-Ass.
Oh no, I'm talking about where Nick Cage is like the generic, the knockoff version of Batman. So he'd be like,
oh yeah,
you know,
wait, but that was hold on, that wasn't called. That was Superbad. That was Kick-Ass.
No, I thought that was. Yeah, I thought that. Yeah, Kick-Ass.
Nick Cage was in Kick-Ass.
Yeah,
I thought
he
Kick-Ass
was
was
the little,
the
the
chick,
the little. What's that girl actress? She's like a little kid in that movie.
Oh, and she wants to make it. She wants to make a perfect.
She had
cake.
like swords and stuff.
Do.
She was slicing people.
And she was baking perfect cakes.
Probably that.
Oh
too.
wait, Nick Cage was like
making
gunman,
coffee.
right? He was like gunman.
Something like that, yeah. Like the weirdest scene, like, was when he was set on fire and he was like yelling. He was like, "Go to the." He sounded like he was trying to imitate that car sound from Christopher Nolan's Batman. You know how the car just like steadily just revved up. It never shifted gears. It was just a steady. That was Nick Cage screaming in Kick-Ass. Just a steady incline of pitch.
Wow, he wasn't Kick-Ass. Who? Oh, the little girl was. I only remember seeing the guy in the green in Kick-Ass. That's the only thing I remember.
Yeah, that dude. Yeah.
And also, yeah, there's
I don't know
the
what his
that
name
other nerd guy from like fucking American Pie or something in there as the bad guy, the villain.
Oh yeah, the bad guy the bad guy in Kick-Ass was in Superbad.
Oh,
That's what it
okay.
was.
Yeah, that's why I got confused about that. Okay, I'm starting to remember it now, but it's so weird. I thought that little girl in Nick Cage was in a different movie than the kid in green. That's how long ago I seen all this.
They all start to blur together.
It really does. The blurring
Man,
of
hey,
reality.
I saw something really weird outside the other day.
Oh.
And I have no idea what it was.
Was it a bear?
So, was it a what?
A bear?
Oh, a bear. No, a bear would be explainable and identifiable. So, I stand outside quite a bit. It's nice and clear out here, like tonight, and I could see a lot of stars. And I'm always looking up. Usually I see satellites. I've seen several shooting stars the past
Wait,
few
you've
nights.
seen satellites with your bare naked eyes?
My bare eyes.
Are you
well,
a
like,
bear?
okay, so at the moment, I, off the top of my head, I can't think of what, that I think that is Jupiter. It's a bright orange dot, but it's not twinkling, so it's got to be a planet.
Yeah, you could see stars and planets with your eyes, but satellites.
I usually see satellites and all that shit. But what I saw the other night was really weird, and it happened twice, like within 20 minutes. So I'm looking up, as I normally do.
Yeah.
And there's Jupiter, big, bright, and orange. And it goes out and then comes back. And I'm like, well, that's fucking weird. And then not far from it, there are a bunch of other stars, and they go out, and then they come back. It was like there was a dark, invisible shape that was passing in front of the starlight, and it just moved across the sky, and it was just blinking out stars, and they were coming back. And sometimes it'd be half the star. It was very weird.
That could be the asteroid
then,
that's going to destroy life on this planet.
I sure hope so. But it happened again, 15 minutes later maybe, but coming from the same direction. I saw it again, passing over different stars.
That means it's close by.
But I couldn't
it's going
see
around
it,
Earth
'cause
quicker than the sun's going. No, it's not going that fast. That had
it was the same color as the sky, which is a dark blue purple color. It's not completely black.
It only blocked out that one. It only blocked out like Jupiter, like a dot at a time.
No, but that was the brightest one that I noticed first. And then as it was moving, it was like maybe a couple in some of the more densely populated parts of the sky.
Wow, so this was high up, but it wasn't too high up, and it was big enough to block out at least a
stars.
Holy
I don't know what the fuck it was. I've never seen anything like it, and that's the second fucking weird thing I've seen out here within the past, I don't know, month or so.
Was the first one a bear?
The bear could have been flying it. That I don't know. The first thing was like a spinning, object. It had lights on it, and they were spinning all around, and it was jumping. So it would be in one spot and then kind of blink off and blink on. It'd be somewhere else. But the lights were spinning around the thing, and it wasn't an airplane. It didn't make any noise. It was very strange.
Did you turn your cell phone to turn on the flashlight and aim it at the sky?
I didn't even have my cell phone with me.
You should have aimed your cell phone. You should have took your cell phone and made it into a flashlight, and then did Morse code.
Cover up the light.
Yeah, and aim it at the sky.
Let it go. Yeah.
And do Morse
yeah.
and do Morse code, and call them down and see, because they probably have cool parties up there. If they could black out stars and fly around the planet, the view that they have.
Well, they could probably see me. Sure. Like, I don't know Morse code. I'd have to like get a readout of the code, and I'd probably fuck it up. Instead of saying like take me to your leader, I'd say take me to your anus.
That could be cool, because what if these aliens had fat asses?
Oh shit! Now you're talking. Like,
And
yeah, and I'd flip the script on them. Instead of them probing my anus, I'd probe their anus.
now imagine you get beamed onto this here alien spaceship, and the aliens that have these fat asses, they read your mind using certain frequencies and vibrations, and then they find out that you like Nick Cage. So they send a representation of Nick Cage to you, and he tells you how to eat ass, and then you become the hero in the next movie called Eat Ass, starring Nick Cage
Shit.
and you.
And it's just me, like, oh, is that alien ass just?
That's how you do it, and you could like teach them how to eat alien for subsistence.
Oh yeah. I live off of alien ass. And then they also have like that sweet ass like alien moonshine, distilled alcohol, but from space.
Now we could probably make that movie for, I would say, $5,000.
Yeah, that seems we might even have extra left over.
Do movies ever do the value for value method? Like they spend $5,000 and they put it out there for free, and they just ask for donations?
Yeah, there was this was years ago. I remember Rhino the Bearded talking about it on his show. There was this movie, I think it was called Orang U, and it was about this guy that this guy like has a pet orangutan, and the orangutan ends up going to college for him. I did a song for it.
Really?
Yeah.
You did a song for a movie like this, and Rhino the Bearded was talking about it too?
Yeah, the song was called Primate Puzzler. I remember that.
Wait, if I play that right now, will I get sued by you?
No, I won't sue you. No. Why would I? It might be on SoundCloud or something.
Puzzler?
Yeah, Primate Puzzler.
I'm just putting into Google right now. There's a cool artwork that I say. Primate Puzzles from Pixels. What the fuck is that?
That might not be it. I mean, I've got it somewhere on a hard drive, probably.
I see Monkey Puzzle, read aloud children's book.
Have you ever seen a monkey puzzle tree?
A monkey puzzle tree?
Yeah, straight up. They're fucking scary trees with spikes on them.
Why do you know about this, and why do you know about pyramids so much?
I've seen monkey puzzle trees. They grow here in Texas, in the southern part of the state. And pyramids, because
the History Channel?
They're neat. No, fuck the History Channel.
When did you get into pyramids?
They don't. I've been in the pyramids since I was a kid.
Have you ever been in a pyramid?
Only in dreams.
You have to box the Egyptian president to get into them.
Yeah. Oh, I had to bribe that motherfucker, probably. That's how it goes there. Yeah, you got to bribe them or
These
suck
are
their
very
dick, but I'm not doing that. So
phallic-looking
I bribe them.
trees. These are those spiky? Are they?
Yeah.
Ow.
And they're sharp.
Oh man,
they don't
that's
fuck
like
around.
a demon tree. That's fucking ow. Oh yeah, look at those.
Yeah, I'm like, where did they get that name from? Did the monkeys like climb them like they were puzzles?
Maybe. If I was in the
Maybe.
wild, I'd find a way to sleep in that. Because the wild, that shit's that causes evolution.
Nothing's gonna mess with you there.
Yeah, you stay out of my monkey puzzle tree.
Yeah, that's my monkey puzzle tree. You try and figure this shit out, monkey.
You throw shit, get like a little shelf with rocks. They're gonna have to come up with something heavy. They're gonna have to come up like with sticks. Maybe they could throw sticks at you. But if you're up in your monkey puzzle tree and you got some rocks, you could be up there for a couple days. No worry.
Yeah, and people will be trying to figure it out. How do I climb that tree? It's full of spikes.
Spiky fucking.
I found the song and I sent it to you on the IRC chats.
I gotta turn off IRC.
I slid into your DMs.
You did. Hold on. I gotta turn off the video here so I can look at it in private.
Oh, yeah. You want to, yeah. Look at all the privates. They're in there. The monkey puzzles, too.
If I get sued, I'm going to ask you for some money.
Okay, you can tell them. I mean, I own the copyright, so, like, who could be pissed? Monkey puzzle.
Whoa. Hello?
Hello.
Did you just rob me? I feel like those vibrations that you put out knocked me into another dimension, and you just went into my. You went into my safe. Diane, check the safe.
Yeah, check the safe.
Wait, no, it's all there. Okay. Whew.
Oh, okay. I was going to say you might want to put the safe in the monkey puzzle tree.
Did you do all the?
It'd be a little harder to get to.
Was that all you did all the parts of? Was that a band or was that just you?
No, that was all me. Like the main little melody thing was a guitar that I ran through a vocal synthesizer.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it sounded all weird.
But what was the horn? Was that digital? Was that a horn?
No, that was the guitar run through a vocoder.
But I heard like at
like
least
a voice synth.
three instruments I heard.
Yeah. So there's the bass and then some drums and then I did the clean little like spanky guitar sounds. And then that wah 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 wah.
Were they all physical? Were they all physical first?
Yeah. But then I have this Roland. I think it's a Roland VT3. It's a voice transformer.
Did that just come out like in the past?
I just plugged my guitar like directly into that thing.
Did that thing just come out?
Is it what?
Did that piece of gear just come out recently?
No, it's been out for maybe for a while, probably 10 years or so now.
Roland just released a new vocoder pitch shifting device that looks pretty fucking cool, but I wish there was like a pitch shifting for voice that didn't sound so robotic, like it smoothed the pitch shift thing that you're doing. You know what I mean? It always sounds so fake like, for people, but for like a guitarist, that could sound really cool.
I liked it because I mean, for voice, it's not that great. It's kind of glitchy.
Yeah,
and sometimes the original pitch like bleeds through there. But if you're running an instrument through it, it sounds cool that way. Yeah. But no, they don't. I can't think of any piece of hardware, like physical hardware, that doesn't have some sort of glitchiness to it like that. You have to use a processor to get it all smooth.
Well, what if you're doing just like reverb? You talking about like
well, reverb is one thing, that's
for pitch shifting. Oh, you mean for a pitch? Okay, well, but the Roland does it all in that one little device you could hook.
Yeah. If you look up Roland VT3, you'll see it. It's like a black little box with a green outline around it. I don't even know if they make it anymore.
No, they just came out with like a new set, a 3 set. There's 3 Roland products that just came out, like in like a small little package, and one's a vocoder, and there's 2 other ones.
Oh, okay.
There's so much.
Oh, they probably reworked all that.
Yeah.
Stuff.
But I was just watching a review about it. I wanted to get a Korg Volca drum sequencer. So,
those things are kind of neat. Like the little thing.
Yeah.
The real little box. Yeah.
That goes for $160
or so. What's that little synthesizer thing you mess around with? Is that a like Teenage Engineering thing?
No. Well, maybe the drum one. Yeah, I got a pocket operator from Teenage Engineering. That's the PO Speak. It was like it's like $80. But I just recently got the Micro Freak from Arturia. It's a little synth.
Is that the one you've been messing around with on the post shows?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You get it's powerful for a synthesizer. You could do all this in the computer, but it's just kind of fun to hit the knobs. But the Korg,
it's way more fun to hit the knobs.
The Korg NTS1, oh boy, I think. Do you have one of these things? One of these little devices?
No, I messed around with one, but it was a buddy's.
I would say definitely get it, because without that, the Korg Micro Freak or anything wouldn't sound as cool as you could make it sound with that. It's like a really powerful effects device that you could just install new ones and make your own. I haven't made my own yet, but I want to. I want to see what I could do. Like, how do you make an effects fucking filter?
They're complicated. You need like resistors and transistors.
No, it's all you can do it via. It's the device. You could code it. You could put your own code into it to make your own filters. But there's tutorials about. I might spend a day to try it, but there's free ones you could install.
Yeah,
it's a whole little community of free FX.
Oh, okay. So it has all the filters in there, and you can just like assign them.
Yeah,
to something.
Like 100 something slots or something.
Oh wow! Oh, that's neat. So you could put like a phase or something like that on there, and whatnot. An envelope filter.
There's a reverb, delay, and modification, and then you could just load them up with a whole bunch. And there's also oscillators you could do, but you could go way deep into strange places. And then you could there's a ping. But yeah, it's just a really cool effects box.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. Turn that off. Sorry.
Oh, the modulation thing. That's like with all the oscillators and like frequency modulators, those sort of things.
Yeah. But what was your first instrument that you ever played?
Ever. It was the recorder.
The recorder was was it in school? Then, were you taught by school how to play?
Yeah. The school I went to, like in elementary, like 1st through 5th, there was a music class you'd go to for like 45 minutes a day. And it was like, first it was recorder, then ukulele, and then she would let us like play whatever. So the little
let you play.
The little like
she had a dungeon
little like bell kit
instruments.
Yeah, shakers and kazoos and whatnot. I was in orchestra in 4th grade, and I played the cello. My dad played guitar, so I would play his guitar. Just pick it up and not really play anything, but try to.
Did your dad play guitar, like, with you? Did you see the guitar before you seen the recorder at school?
Yeah. He taught me how to play. He taught me the basic, like, chords, like G, C, D.
Did he teach
A
you
and A
rhythm?
minor, all those.
Did your dad say, here's rhythm?
Yeah, actually, like, let me tell you about that. It's a picking pattern. See, you gotta. This is down. This is up. And but I'm left-handed, and so he kept on trying to get me to hold it right-handed. He's like, "You're holding it wrong, son." But Dad, I can't hold it that way.
It's weird how. Did you ever? I recently was watching just on YouTube. You just go down rabbit holes, and I was watching somebody teach basic piano, and I didn't know there was a way to actually play the piano. Like, you start with your pointer finger on C, and the bass pinky would be on C, and you would go up 4 or 5, and then you go 7 fingers. You would have to cross over. There's like a certain way of playing the piano, like the right way.
Yeah. So, right, like starting at middle C, and it's called middle C because it's right in the middle, generally right at your belly button. Yeah, and the crossovers are weird, like starting with your pinky, and then going up to your thumb, and then like crossing over
with just one hand.
Yeah.
I've been practicing with just one hand each, and I'm just like, keep doing it. It's muscle memory. It's very strange how your brain needs to not focus to work.
Well, like on piano, you know how the notes repeat each other. So you go up C, and then eventually you're at another C.
You're at C again, yeah.
And so, yeah. And so what you do is like with your left hand on the lower octave, starting at C, you go up, but you play the same thing with your right hand. So like pinky, left hand, thumb, right hand, and like go up it that way.
It's very hard to do. It's like rubbing your head and patting your belly, but with each finger. And you could do it easily with each hand individually, but once you try to do it together, woo! It's kind of like looking at like a
when
3D
you start
picture.
separating the two, and you try playing the rhythm with your left hand and the melody part with your right hand. You're like, wait, what's going on?
But the other weird thing is you could totally make music without doing that.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. There's a cool YouTube video of this little Chinese guy playing Rachmaninoff on the piano, and Rachmaninoff was known for having like really big hands, and so he could make these chords that were really spread out, and it's not easy to do. And so there's a guy standing behind this dude that's playing the piano, and then at like one part in the song he'll be like, hey, like say something like hope, and the guy tosses this wood block like over the dude's head. He catches it and like slams it down on the piano, and it has these slots that hit. Is it what?
Did this video come out in the 90s?
Oh,
it's old, right? Because I sort of remember this.
Yeah, but it's old.
Like 2000s
or
90s.
And like so it's got slots that like hit the right notes on the keyboard.
Yeah.
To play that big chord. Then he tosses it back over his head, and then sometime later the guy will throw another one, and he just slams it down because his tiny little hands can't make those big giant chords.
How many?
It's a good innovation.
It is but innovation you can make music on your phone by doing anything. You as long as you have, if there's a will, there's a way. It's like you could make music with anything.
That's true. You can make music with all sorts of stuff. Just like, get some sticks and start hitting things till you find something that resonates. And you're like, oh, okay.
It's all
frequency. Put all these resonant things together.
Do you? Okay, Fletcher. Do you believe in crystals and their powers?
It depends. Yes and no. Because there's a lot of shit on YouTube where they are full of shit. They have no idea what they're talking about. But yes, like, I mean, obviously we use crystals every day. We're using them right now.
Radios and stuff too.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Like,
I also think birds have crystals in their heads.
Whoever figured out the piezoelectric properties of quartz was really thinking that day, because like depending on how you slice the quartz, like against the grain, because there's all sorts of ways you can do it. You can do it 30 degrees off axis, and that type of crystal is made to be like overpowered, so you get these harmonics of the vibration. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts.
But it's real.
It's real. If you strike a quartz crystal, it gives off an electric charge. If you give it an electric charge, it gives off mechanical motion. That's fucking nuts. Those things grow in the ground.
And you could eat salt, and it tastes like something.
There's a certain type of salt that also has piezoelectric properties like that. It's just not as it can't withhold like the mechanical vibrations like a quartz can. They tend to break down. But yeah, even salt does it.
It's
fucking nuts.
Is it vibrating because of the Earth? Is it like the planet like powering the crystals? Like how
Well, yeah, just like
it's the Earth.
But just like with quartz, like you hit it, you give it a mechanical strike, and it gives off an electric charge. Or you give it an electric charge, and it gives off mechanical motion. It vibrates.
And it's consistent too. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, and
It's
that's
fucking
why they
really
use quartz, because it's the most consistent.
It's so weird. It's so weird that we just have vibrating rocks doing stuff. For
Well, that's
us.
why, like, Pythagoras was right. He had it right, however long ago, that the universe is music. Like the rules that govern the universe are music. Like it's the same thing. It's all divided up into harmonics and frequencies.
Well, yeah, but it's. I would say it's after. Well, I wouldn't say it's music. I would say it's harmonics and frequencies. It's vibrations.
But just like music, the music we hear
but
is divided up into.
Music is an after effect. That's like color is the same thing. If he was more into visual arts, he'd say it's like the vibrations like color, or the vibrations like.
Well, I think what he was getting at was like the different vibrations offer different tones, just like the tone of a color,
like red,
blue, there's different tones
violet,
of blue,
X-ray. Yeah. There's vibrations, but the vibrations are more bare bone than the music. Music is secondary. It's not second. Okay, it's very low down, but it's still the frequency and the vibrations is first. Then the color and the music come second, and then the marketing monster comes after that, and then you have
comes third. Yes, indeed. Indeed, but you're right. It is the vibration is the primary source of it.
But what causes the vibration? Matter and gravity. Like,
no, I mean, what would cause the matter to vibrate? I mean, there's
there's got to be a bigger mass.
The Casimir effect.
I would say mass causes it too. Well, no, there's just Brownian motion. Things just vibrate.
Yeah, that it's. I don't know. Is there some sort of ambient energy that permeates everything? Is that what makes it vibrate? Because there has to be something that goes into it to change its state instead of being at rest.
Maybe it's a monster, like a fourth dimensional monster that knows it could interfere with our reality by vibrating. Or
well, it would be a fifth dimensional monster because we live in a fourth dimensional world, like because we got the three dimensions of all the matter, but time is the fourth dimension.
No,
well, we're living within time. Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah, it'd be a fifth dimensional monster.
I'm gonna always die on this hill that only the third dimension exists. There's no other dimension than the third dimension.
There's no time.
Time. It doesn't. That could be an effect of the third dimension. The third dimension, we exist within. Now is now, and we are three-dimensional creatures. Time might not even be real. Time is just a theory, sort of. But the third dimension is very real. Atoms exist here. Existence, time is a construct that we made. Time is like God. Time is like, oh, I don't understand this. We'll call it time. But you can't.
Well, no, I mean, but time is just duration of something.
Yeah.
And I mean, like with music, you have the duration of a vibration. So,
but before the music,
it has a start and a stop point. Time, that's the fucking monster, man.
Could be. I think size is
Time
scarier
is the
than
monster.
time. I think what scares you more, time or size?
Size?
Yeah. Do you want me to elaborate on what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
All right. So time is scary because it could either be really slow or it could be really fast. But size is like, think about how far away something could be. Like if you needed water, but it was 20 light years away, is that scarier than how long it would take you to get there? So, how big are you? You're a dot. You're a dot on a planet, which is another dot in a huge thing, which is unthinkable. Size is weird. You have things on you. You're made of things. You have holes in you. You're barely even connected.
Barely.
Barely. Except for those atomic electromagnetic bonds. But there's a gigantic gap between each atom.
Well, time and size, they're both
Weird.
relative.
They're both weird. They're both hard to even perceive.
Yeah, especially when you start talking about big monstrous things like giant ass stars and shit.
Yeah.
But what if gravity or whatever is the only thing that makes us this size? What if we could change our size when we go out into space?
You could stretch. The faster you go, the more you stretch.
That's true.
But how far could you stretch a person until the UN is called and then they blow you up?
Well, yeah, the UN, they're trying to find ways to do that no matter what.
Do you think the
Like,
powers...
I think if we're here long enough, if there's given enough time, the UN will blow everybody up.
Do you think the people in charge don't want you to make new stuff? Do you know, like, things repeat, like stories are being repeated and science experiments are being repeated, but nobody's trying or doing too much new stuff. Like, the money's not really going into... Do you think we're being suppressed, or do you think society just doesn't really care? Do you want to see a remake of Toy Story 20? Or do you want something new? Like, do you have like, oh, well, it sells. That's why they do it. They made 50 of the same movie because it sells. Does it really sell, or do you want to see it? Like,
It's a combination of both. Like, they want to suppress us, and it works, and then we don't care. They see it works. They see that it works, and so they suppress us more, and then we care even less. And it's
But
yeah.
I think there's going to be a breaking
they don't want us
point.
having original thoughts, because then that's dangerous.
Well, yeah, it costs a lot of money to have an original thought because it takes one person, and that one person wants to get paid. You've got
to figure out the technology of how you convey this original thought too.
I was about to say we're reaching a point where people are starting to realize, but then there's always new generations of ignorant brains waiting to be molded.
Yeah, and they start them young, If you've ever watched any of like children's programming,
I'm thinking about I've watched Star Wars.
Even dumber than that. I'm talking like fucking Blue's Clues and shit.
Blue's Clues is awesome. Most children's programming is really highly addictive.
Yeah, but in comparison to like older kids programming, older than Blue's Clues, like Mr. Rogers, Blue's Clues is dumb compared to that kind of shit, and Mr. Rogers was dumb compared to earlier shit. Like,
okay, well, everything is dumb. It's all dumb.
Well,
like, what's not dumb?
Yeah.
Name something not dumb. Is it a Franz Trist or List?
The Encyclopedia Britannica.
Is this Encyclopedia Britannica? Has it ever been ran by like Snopes? Has it been Snopes checked?
Probably now. They're fact checking this call as we speak.
Oh man, it's midnight in the sewer in another time zone right now.
Oh, happy midnight time.
Oh, it's not midnight for
time
you.
Zoners.
You're not midnighted out yet, right?
Oh, I don't know.
I
don't have my
you're at like 11?
My fake time telling device. Oh no, it's 12:01 here.
Oh, so you just hit midnight. Cheers to you.
Yeah, I just hit it. Cheers to you. I'll drink to that.
Midnight's a fun time. Do you remember?
Midnight's the only time.
Do you remember the first time you were ever outside past midnight? Probably not.
Oh, no, I do actually, because Star Trek: The Next Generation would come on at I think 10 o'clock at night, and they would show a new episode and then a rerun. And after that rerun, I was supposed to go to bed, but my parents had decided to go to this restaurant, this breakfast buffet that I haven't seen in years. Shoney's. You remember Shoney's? I don't know if you ever had those.
Actually,
but,
I do know that word, Shoney's. I do.
Yeah, they were going to Shoney's, and I didn't know because I was a young kid, but my parents were stoned and had the munchies big time. And I wanted to go to Shoney's with them. And they never would let me until one night they gave in and let me go with them. And I remember looking at the clock in the car going, wow, it's like 12:03. Look at the sky.
Whoa.
It's night. It's definitely night. Yes, and I think I was out till like 2 a.m. It was crazy. And they were like, now you got to go to bed.
Your parents were just having a fun fucking time, and they're like, man, our kid's just having a good time too.
Yeah. I didn't know this till some years later that they were smoking a joint in the front seat. I thought it was strange that my dad was smoking cigarettes again.
You call it a secondhand high.
Well, they had the windows down, so I got very little of any smell or anything.
Did you? Okay, check.
It was a nice summer night.
Have you ever found your dad's porno magazines?
No, my dad didn't have any porno mags, but I had an older cousin. I was I was like 9 or 10, and we drove down to Houston because my cousin Pam worked at the Johnson Space Center, and she got us in for free. We looked at all this cool shit down there, and then when we went back to Pam's house, she had he wasn't really my cousin. He was her boyfriend, but he was living with her. And I went to go use their bathroom, and like the little cabinet under the sink was wide open, and there was a porn mag. I wish I could remember the name of it, but it wasn't one of the nice airbrushed, like shiny type of porn mags like Playboy. This was one of the
it was
very real.
It was one of those Woody Harrelson porn magazines.
Yeah, it was hardcore, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Because I looked at it at first, because naturally, I look under the sink, and there are titties. So I'm like, "Okay, give me this magazine," and I'm looking at it and open it up, and the first page I turn to, there's a shot of a lady spreading open her pleasure cave, and it's all hairy and everything. I'm like, oh my god, what is that? And as you turn the page, weird? The camera got closer and closer.
Isn't it weird that like people keep that hidden? It's kind of like, oh, this is the human body. We're not gonna let kids know. We're gonna make this taboo, the human body, which is understandable to a point. Like it's like, why do you have to do a gynecological exam on a lady?
Well, just seeing a naked body is one thing, but seeing it where, like in this magazine, where she was all spread open, she was spreading her lips open, and then later there was a penis definitely being inserted.
There was moisture there, glistening.
Yes. I just remember it being like, it just had a dirty look to it. Not that the magazine was physically dirty. It just, the pictures just had a dirty quality to it. Like it was semi-pro.
It had an Instagram filter.
No, there was none of that. I don't even know if the guy had what do you call those light diffuser things that look like big white umbrellas? Like he probably didn't even have those on the light in the room.
It was just shot. It was shot. It was it wasn't shot tastefully. It was a very cheaply paid photographer.
Yeah. No, it was probably in some house in San Bernardino, California, like right next to the fucking Mojave Desert. Like it just had that look to it.
Ah, man.
And in that case, the size was pretty scary because the vagina looks huge. Quite scary.
Hog
the
story,
monster.
Fletcher. I'm gonna hang up on you because I gotta play some music and stuff. But if you're
it's
still,
my favorite part.
If you're still up after that and stuff, and if nobody else calls in, you can call back.
Oh, that's neat. I'll let other people call. You got so many cool people in the sewer that participate.
That's crap. We're gonna listen to some music right now. I could talk to John for forever. We got Jose Gonzalez with Heartbeats. I love you, John.
One night to be confused, one night to speed up truth. We had a promise made, 4 hands and then away. Both under influence, we had divine sense to know what to say. Mind is a razor blade. Kept us away with posts, sharing different orbits in one life. And you kept us away with posts, sharing different orbits in one life. One night of magic rush, the star to silver touch. One night to push and scream, and then relief. 10 days of perfect tunes, the colors red and blue. We had a promise made, we were in love. To call for hands of above, to lean on, wouldn't be good enough for me. To call for hands of above.
Holy mackerel, what a show!
So because people have commented on every verse in the Bible, like to a degree that's almost unimaginable. So you can look and see all the interpretations and all the translations and get some sense of what the genuine meaning might be. And the line, the meek shall inherit the earth, meek is not a good translation, or the word has moved in the 300 years or so since it was translated. What it means is this: those who have swords and know how to use them, but keep them sheathed, will inherit the world. And that's another thing I've been telling. Yeah, no kidding. That's a lot different, man. That's a big difference. It's so great. And so, like, one of the things I tell young men, well, and young women as well, but the young men really need to hear this more, I think, is that you should be a monster. You know, because everyone says, well, you should be harmless, virtuous. You shouldn't do anyone any harm. You should sheath your competitive instinct. You shouldn't try to win. You know, you don't want to be too aggressive. You don't want to be too assertive. You want to take a back seat and all of that. It's like, no. Wrong. You should be a monster, an absolute monster, and then you should learn how to control it.
Do you know the expression, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war?
Right, exactly. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly right. And so when I tell young men that, they think, well, lots of them are competitive. They're low in agreeableness, you know, because that's part of being competitive temperamentally. It's like, is there something wrong with being competitive? There's nothing wrong with it. There's something wrong with cheating. There's something wrong with being a tyrant. There's something wrong with winning unfairly. All of those things are bad, but you don't want people to win? What's the difference between trying to win and striving? You want to eradicate striving?
Buddy's a washed-up hippie turned yuppie.
Things I'd do different if I could do them all over again.
So his son has put him on trial.
It's time to answer for your crimes.
For the sins of his generation.
Now it's time to erase those mistakes.
So out with the old and in with the new.
Growing old can be a painful experience.
On the next Freddy's Nightmares.
Saturdays at midnight on El Paso's Fine 9.
Charlie's a talk show host with a hot topic.
Dreams that kill on the next Springwood Confidential.
But he's got one tough critic.
Forget the dream show.
Why?
You'll scare everybody away, and I won't have anybody to play with.
Will Charlie's career be cut short?
Big mouth talk show hosts. Do they deserve to live?
Find out on Freddy's Nightmares.
Saturdays at midnight on El Paso's Fine 9.
Hello?
Hello. Please listen to this important message from the Financial Hardship Loan Center. You qualify for a $36,000 financial hardship loan.
Ooh!
This loan can be used for any purpose,
yes.
including paying off debt
give
or
me
unexpected
now.
bills. This applies for all residents. Bad credit is accepted.
All residents?
Please press 9 to decline this offer
No.
or to be removed
Gimme.
from this list.
Gimme,
or
gimme,
please
gimme.
press 1 to
Gimme,
be
gimme,
connected
gimme,
to
gimme,
the
gimme,
next
gimme.
agent.
Gimme, gimme,
Your
gimme.
call is being transferred with
Gimme,
no
gimme,
wait
gimme.
time. Calls
Gimme.
recorded for quality assurance.
3,600. Holy shit. Holy cockadoodie balls. $3,600? Gimme. Can you, how do you give it to me?
Your call is being transferred with hello.
Hello.
Thank you for calling York Financial Hardship Loan Center.
Give me $3,600.
You must have at least $10,000 of debt.
Wait,
This debt can include credit cards, medical bills.
So if
or
I have
personal
debt,
loans.
you'll give me $3,600?
If you would like to be removed from this list,
No.
press 9.
Give me money. Gimme, gimme,
If you
gimme,
would
gimme,
like to
gimme,
apply
gimme.
for a financial
Gimme, gimme, gimme,
hardship
gimme, gimme,
loan,
gimme, gimme,
press
gimme.
0.
Gimme, gimme, gimme. Gimme, gimme. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Gimme. Ooh. Hello? Hello?
Debt 123.
Debt 123. I heard you could give me 3,600. Fuck!
But now technology throws a curve. And the curve is that we live so long that we figure out what a scam this is. We figure out that what you're supposed to work for isn't worth having. We figure out that our politicians are buffoons. We figure out that professional scientists are reputation-building, grab-tailing weasels. We discover that all organizations are corrupted by ambition. You get the picture. We figure it out. Well, then, as intellectuals, and anybody who figures it out is an intellectual, believe me, because they're slinging the programming to push you the other way. So then intellectuals, defined as people who figure it out, discover that you are alienated. That's what figuring it out means. It means you understand that the BMW, the Harvard degree, whatever it is, that this is all baloney and manipulated and hyped, and that mostly you have a bunch of clueless people who are figuring out which fork they should use. But this position is presented as alienation and therefore somehow tinged with the potential for pathology. You know, it's a bad thing to be alienated. The real hard choice that you're being pushed toward and that you might consider making before the yawning grave rings down the curtain on this cosmic drama is actually intellectual responsibility, freedom, and a devotion to what scientists call elegance of thought. You know, people say, well, how can you tell one theory from another, and is science better than religion, and this and that? After a lot of arm waving, it should be conceded that the final call is aesthetic. That because we are monkeys, because we are so far from God, we cannot set knowing the truth as the standard for choosing among the models we can produce. We must set our aesthetic compass towards the more true, what Wittgenstein called the true enough. And then the question is, well, how do you recognize that?
Say, what is it anyhow?
I hear it's a kind of a gorilla.
Gee, ain't we got enough of them in New York?
So we're supposed to believe that people are living one way and secretly thinking the exact opposite? That's ridiculous.
Let me tell you something, Miss Gutman.
Doctor.
Dr. Gutman. Psychology might be great at cocktail parties, but it so happens that people were buying cigarettes before Freud was born. The issue here isn't why should people smoke, it's why should people smoke Lucky Strike. Suggesting that our customers have what did you call it, a death wish? I just don't see that on a billboard.
So what if Reader's Digest says they're dangerous? They also said Bambi was the book of the century. There's no proof.
There's conclusive proof that none of these low-tar, low-nicotine or filtration systems have any effect on the incidences of lung cancer.
Just give me the damn report.
I think you'll find it very convincing.
Oh, I'm sure I will. You're the one who found all of our medical testimonials in the first place.
It's true, Mr. Draper, but...
Has anyone else seen this?
Of course not. It's your account.
Good. I don't want to hear about it anymore. I'm sorry, I just find your whole approach perverse.
Say, I guess I love you.
Why, Jack, you hate women.
Lisa's babysitting for the Burtons. They're really nice folks, but kind of weird. And they only have 2 rules.
Make sure William is in bed by 10 o'clock.
Under no circumstances are you to open this basement door.
Lisa's got her work cut out for her.
Patty cake, baker's man. Catch a babysitter fast as I can.
On Freddy's Nightmares.
Saturdays at midnight on El Paso's Fine 9.
From Debt Free America. Well, the reason is because after the economic shutdown, the FDCA is actually eliminating consumer credit card debt completely.
Oh, wow.
So would you be interested in learning more about this program?
That sounds great.
Please hold just 1 second and let me get transferred to my senior manager.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Hello?
Hello? Hi, is this the senior manager?
First, I want to thank you for keeping your line open for me, and more importantly, for your patience today. I'm a certified underwriting officer. Completing your debt profile.
Yeah.
Who am I speaking with today?
My name is Nick the Rat.
I see that you're here for financial relief, and in order for me to help you, would you like to share what kind of financial challenges you are facing right now?
Oil is very expensive, and that makes mayonnaise cost a lot of money.
All right, no problem. We can definitely help you, and we are so unlike these banks. Why? Well, because we don't qualify our clients based on... I mean, it doesn't even matter to us how bad your credit score is. We still help. Where banks try not to help, and they just qualify people by putting remarks, and those remarks are typically false. They don't even share all the great programs with you that can actually help you. Am I making sense to you?
Yeah.
What your total liability is in terms of debt?
I think it's like $69,000.
How many that are carrying a balance, or that you're even just making the minimum payment on, or have high balances each month?
Well, I make about $60 in donations a week, and then I have giant corporate sponsorships. But my money situation right now is it's pretty tight. It sounds kind of like tight like your anus.
Alrighty, now please go ahead and confirm your address so that you can view all the information that we find for yourself, okay?
Yeah. I live under, actually, 420 69th Street, Brooklyn, New York, 11209.
How about your zip code?
11209. Are you slow?
Okay, next I will need you to verify your date of birth.
My date of birth, it was when my mother and father had sex, because I guess I was born as soon as that sweet, sweet rat jizz went into that rat vagina. So I'm going to have to say it was sometime in the 80s. It was like, let's just say January 1st, 1980. Bitch.
Joe is a down-and-out gambler.
Got the money.
And a down-and-out scientist.
Nothing. Always nothing.
Joe is, however, a first-class dreamer.
It's an intelligent signal. This is it. It's real.
But is he willing to bet his life?
Want a piece of the action?
Find out on the next Freddy's Nightmares.
Saturdays at midnight on El Paso's Fine 9.
Let those lines represent levels of energy, levels of vibration. Every frequency is connected to the one above and the one below. Now, you may have seen this before, but I'll guarantee you, you probably aren't executing it as well as you could. Pay close attention. Everything is energy, everything vibrates. The law of vibration decrees that everything in the universe moves. We live in an ocean of motion. There is no such thing as staying where you are. You're either going ahead or you're going back. You're moving, makes no mistake about it. Every frequency is hooked up to the one above and the one below. Do you know what that really means? We're all connected. That's right. Now look at. Let's say that's your phone. I'm going to say, this is my phone. If we get on the same frequency, we can start communicating. Wouldn't matter where we are in the world, because I'm on your frequency. I can tap out a message to you. I can talk to you. I can send a picture to you. Why? Because we're on the same frequency. Simultaneously with me hitting send, you got the picture. You could be on the other side of the world. You could be in Kiev. I could be here. Boom, you get it. Everyone knows this, and damn near everyone has at least one phone. You know why? Because we're learning something about the laws of the universe. Now keep going. We seem to have a basic understanding of this when it comes to our phones. However, when it comes to our life, we get lost. We don't take it beyond the phone level. Let's take it beyond the phone level. Let those lines represent levels of vibration. A level of vibration is referred to as a frequency. And we think on frequencies. Now this is so important that you get this. And pay attention. You think on frequencies. That's the frequency you're thinking on. That's symbolic of the frequency you're thinking on, and that will dictate the results that you're going to get. This is real. I do this. Every day I do this. I have done it for years. I did it when I didn't even know what the hell I was doing. Most people don't know what they're doing. They just do it. That's where I am. That's where I want to go. I know where I am, but that's where I want to go. You see, that's normal in life. You know where you are, but that's not, I want to go there. That's what I really want. Doesn't matter where you are. And I'm going to do that as soon as I get the money. This is where we get screwed up. I'm going to do that as soon as the kids are out of school. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go back and I'm going to get another degree. Then I'll do that. I can't do that because of where I'm at. You understand? Well, you're waiting for the results to change, and pretty soon the decision fades. And before long, the goal, it goes where the decision went. What's the problem here? Well, here's the problem. You're thinking here on this frequency. You could compare this to an AM band on your radio. You're on that frequency and you're trying to get FM music. You're screwed. You'll never get it. They cannot broadcast FM music on an AM band. It won't work. You're thinking down there and you're saying, but I want to go up here. If you want to go up there, your mind and your thoughts must be focused on the same frequency of what you want. Listen, if nothing's created or destroyed, that means everything's already here. If not in one state, certainly in another. Nothing is created or destroyed. If you want to get that, you've got to understand that you've got to think on that frequency. And if you're going to do that, you've got to make a committed decision. See, you can make a decision and then you do it if it's convenient. When you make a committed decision, you're going to do it regardless. I don't care what the odds are. I don't care the fact that nobody's ever done it before. Doesn't matter to me that people have never stood on the top of that mountain. I'm going to the top of that sucker right now.
Welcome back to Nick the Rat Radio. Thank you, Servo, for all that you do. This is that's fun. I've got like a camera strapped to my head right now. We're talking. I have to. Is there any? Diane, is the phone line working? Looks like the phone line is working. Wow. This is incredible. Hold on one second. Hello, caller.
Hey, hello from Spearfish.
Oh my God, is this Stillwater?
Yeah, it's me.
Oh, I'm so happy that you weren't speared. You were spared.
No, they aim the spears at fish because that's how they fish.
But a fish in Stillwater is bound to be killed.
Well, the creek isn't very still a lot.
But you could be still it with your groovy waves.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but there's no fun if there's no danger.
Well, I think there's more fun if there's no danger. That's why I play video games.
Yeah, but carpal tunnel syndrome is still a danger, and if you go way too long, especially if you're not like fresh out of the box like a little kid anymore.
Well,
yeah, there's still danger. There's still risk. There's always danger. There's always risk, and you know what? Fuck it. Put yourself in danger. That's the only way to become a more badass person. That's what leveling up's about.
Do you work for the U.S. government?
No.
Because this sounds like an advertisement for the Army.
No, it just kind of makes sense in my video game logic, is you level up a lot faster if you throw yourself at the higher level stuff, challenging yourself. If you stay in the lower level stuff, it'll take you forever to level
up. Did you beat the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game yet?
No, not quite yet, but I've been playing a lot of other games too. Have you heard of Cuphead?
What?
Yeah, I also have Cuphead.
Oh, Cuphead. Yeah, Cuphead's been on for 5 years now, 6.
Yeah, I haven't played it before, but now I do. It's great. I die every 30 seconds. It's phenomenal.
You were like, TMNT is not giving me enough hurt. Let me bump that up.
It's like I go to TMNT when I want to feel like a badass, of just whooping ass and doing crazy stuff, and then to keep my ego from getting too big, to keep my head from getting too big for my own body, I play Cuphead to put myself back in my place. It's a humbling video game, and it's like when you pass a level, you have to earn it, and it's every single level, even the very first level that you come across. It is very challenging. You will die a lot before you pass it.
It's also humbling artwork too.
Oh, I love the animation. That video game is cute and fun, but is an asshole. And I think everyone's had at least a couple exes like that.
Cute and fun assholes. Have you ever considered one of your exes to be a monster?
No, I know that all of them were.
Have you ever thought of yourself as being a monster to one of your exes? Can you be a monster?
But probably not on purpose.
Well, nobody.
And that was always
nobody wants to be a
past. When you're kids, you're gonna end up hurting each other.
Caller, Have you ever wanted to be a monster?
Yes. When I was a small child, I wanted to be Godzilla.
I wanted to be
Because he was
a
the king of the
turtle.
monsters.
I wanted to be a 6-foot tall diesel ass turtle that could do karate.
You know what? That's it. Those are the monsters we need around here, you know?
We need some turtle
But
ass.
going back to what monsters are, I think I know of one that's very subtle because if it's physical, it's very small, but definitely telepathic. This is known as the earworm. Now, this monster, it usually chooses some sort of victim for an extended period of time, and it follows that person or creature around, and just off in the distance, it will play the same song over and over and over again, but not the whole song, just the hook on repeat.
Caller. Stillwater.
Yeah.
Pliny the Elder.
The what?
Pliny the Elder? Pliny?
I have no idea what that is.
You don't know who... I thought you told me who Pliny the Elder was.
Did I really?
Maybe. It might have been you. It might not have been you. But
there might also be things that drunk me knows that high me doesn't.
Really?
In the same way that high me knows things that drunk me doesn't know. And sober me knows none of this.
Okay, well, let me just read you the Wikipedia excerpt for him.
Okay.
And I just, if it, maybe it'll rejigger your brain.
It'll jiggle the handle of my mind?
It might not, but I could almost bet 30.
All right, let's try to jiggle that handle. Let's do this.
30 pennies that you told me. You were the first person to tell me. Like, I think I learned about him from you.
Really?
I do think this.
Wow. This is amazing. I'm going to learn from you something that you learned from other part of me.
Possibly. a drunk or stoned you. Pliny the Elder.
Very different people, by the way.
Wow. Really? Do you have two driver's licenses?
No.
Well,
it's just that on occasion when I get twisted, I do the Schmiegel thing for a laugh.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know about some philosopher guy and then forget about him because you were not
I
drunk.
would. There's a lot of philosophers out there, and I've read a lot of it, and I can't remember very much of it at all. It just kind of depends on some sort of external stimuli that will remind me of something, and then I'll talk about it for a second.
All right, I'm going to
test
you.
And then after I talked about it, I'll forget about it immediately.
I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I'm going to test you right now. When was Pliny the Elder born? What year?
I have no idea.
Guess. He's Pliny the Elder.
Pliny the Elder?
Pliny the Elder.
When did I talk about this even? I don't remember this at all.
When was he born? When was Pliny the Elder born? Guess a year.
18-something for all I know. I don't know anything about this guy. I don't know what to tell you.
All right, he's Greek. Okay, I'm going to tell you he's Greek, and his real name, not his stage name, his real name is Gaius Anus Secundus. All right, I'll just
I bet he was popular on the playground.
AD 23 to 79. That's his.
It would be the CE. We use CE now, the Common Era.
Oh, so you do know who?
Yeah, they changed that instead of BC, which used to mean before Christ. Now it's BCE, which is before the Common Era.
The common error or era?
Yeah. Well, it is kind of the same, right? But anyway, that's what scholars go by now.
Common?
Yeah, there's
Well,
a common era, which is what the year 2022 is the year 2022 of the common era, and then the BC stuff is now BCE, which is before the common era.
Caller, what I will say, Stillwater, I will say there are seasons, and there seems to be 4 per year, maybe 2.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But there do seem to be year. There do seem to be a cold and a hot.
Yes. Ultimately, it doesn't matter as long as we're on the same page of what day, what month, and what year it is, and at least we can keep track of our shit.
Stillwater, would you be scared? Would you be scared of an anarchy?
No. Don't be scared, Nick the Rat.
Do you think an anarchy could exist? Do you think there could be an existence of society without a government?
Well, yes, because that happened before. In fact, it was called Before Civilization. Where did the humans come from? We'll figure it out. And the best thing is to take every strike one at a time, When you're caught in the weeds, take care of it one weed at a time.
Wait, so is there an after Common Era, an ACE?
It could be, but we haven't got there yet, so why would we know about it?
Oh, we're like the mid-era, where we are in the era. We are in the...
I mean, if time is infinite, we're kind of always in the middle, right?
Is time in? I don't know how long.
Yeah, it goes forwards and backwards infinitely. And so we are always in the exact middle.
Do you think that I'm lying to you about this gay-ass elder?
Why, that thought hadn't crossed my mind once this whole time.
Well, that's cool. Oh, do you believe in monsters?
Dude, I saw a double rainbow today.
What? Really?
Yeah, it was really cool. It was just in town here too. It didn't even rain that long, but since the rain was coming down kind of around sunset, it was just the perfect conditions, and yeah, there it was, double rainbow.
That had
and the cool thing was, like when you look at the main rainbow, it kind of went from like the colder colors to the warmer colors, so it'd be like the blue, the purple, the red, and orange, and green, and whatever. But then the other rainbow was it was mirroring it. It was really cool. It was just like the reverse of that. It was so cool.
It was a moistured air sector.
Oh yes, the hills were moist today.
You had a lot of visual range, right?
It was downright balmy.
But you had a visual range. You didn't have buildings in front of you or a mountain, right? It was like
No, it was a couple buildings
sky.
and then the rainbows and then Lookout Mountain. I wish I'd taken I had a really, really high-end photographer's camera to take of it, because it would have looked awesome.
It's hard to take pictures of rainbows and light.
I don't know. I'm not a photographer. You'd have to ask someone who's done that before.
What are you?
What's any of us? I mean, I cook.
Some people are photographers.
Huh?
What do you nerd out about? What do you do that you don't have to do? A lot. What do you know
like
about?
Analyzing stories, and I like looking at artwork, and I like listening to jokes. and I like listening to music, and I like looking at all of those kinds of things, and that extends into food and other oddball stuff, because I think that the real magic in the world is when you hit those notes right, when you get the perfect song, it will send goosebumps up your spine. That's fucking magic.
Do you know what?
When you
hear
the best story of your life, you can think of it years later, and it might make you laugh, or it might bring a tear to your eye, and it might do both. That's fucking magic.
Caller, do you want to know what
what
magic
I mean?
sounds like?
What?
Oh, caller. Caller? I'm having a synth vibe, Yezzer.
If you were thrilled by the towering inferno, if you were terrified by earthquake, then you will be scared shitless by the Samuel L. Bronkowitz production of That's Armageddon. The most realistic
realistic depiction of death, doom, and destruction in motion picture history. See George Lazenby as the architect.
I tell you, this building is unsafe.
Barbara Radnitz as the nurse. Jack Roberts as the governor.
Governor, the city's in flames. The National Guard's powerless to deal with the situation. The dam is threatening to burst. The airport has been seized by terrorists, and the nuclear power plant's about to blow in its second. Governor, what are we going to do?
Donald Sutherland as the clumsy waiter.
Larry, you can't go in there. It's certain death. But I've got to. For Helen's sake. But Larry! Oh, Jesus!
Leave her. Come back to Montana with me.
I can no sooner run away from her than myself.
I'm not asking you to run. I'm asking you to face reality.
Whose reality? Yours or mine?
My reality and yours, that's whose.
What are you saying?
Leave her. Come back to Montana with me.
I can no more run away from her than I can run away from myself.
I'm not asking you to run. I'm asking you to face reality.
Whose reality? Yours or mine?
My reality and yours, that's whose.
What are you saying?
Larry, we're going now.
Whose game?
You know damn well whose games.
Larry, we're starting the engines.
You will never forget. That's Armageddon.
You know damn well what I'm saying.
Good night, everybody. It's 2 a.m. I'm tired. I have a lot more to say about monsters and plenty and noseless people that die from bad smells. I mean, mouthless. Anyway, let's go to bed. It's fucking late. Let's have a little nightcap with ale and anecdotes and Darren Curtis. I'll see you guys next week. Sleep. The unraveling is happening. Good night, everybody. I'll see you next week. Bye.
Loneliness has followed me my whole life, everywhere. Bars and cars, sidewalks, stores, everywhere. There's no escape from God's lonely man. June 8th. My life has taken another turn again. The days move along with regularity, over and over. One day indistinguishable from the next. A long, continuous chain. Then suddenly, there is a change.
No killing animals! Rats have